Freedom greetings, Helldiver. On this video I'm going to focus on trying to decipher the automaton signs that are usually written across all the mega factories and in some other buildings as well. Normally, when Helldivers are engaging in combat against the automatons, they usually just blast their structures or the units, as they properly should. However, for lore building specific purposes, and to understand more about the enemy, I have decided to look around for these specific signs and trying to decode them using this language that I found on Reddit. I am not yet sure if this graphic is entirely accurate, but I'm gonna use it to decipher and you and I can determine together if this makes sense or not. Let's begin with the video. Right off the bat, and really puzzling, is this wall with these signs here, but if you look at the chart, these basically are just numbers from 0 to 9. It makes you wonder why they're actually written in this wall in the first place. These next signs got me stuck trying to decipher it for at least 20 minutes, but at the end I managed to discover that it meant warning or warning, Bagmefode, which is some sort of warning about heat. How do I know this? Because after learning about it, I discovered that the language is actually translated into is Swedish. Why Swedish, you may be wondering? Well, it's well known that Arrowhead headquarters is actually located in Sweden, but why is the automaton language exclusively translated into Sweden? Is this an implication that the automatons are secretly the developers of this game? This crate right here simply translates to container. For me, it's a little hard to read what are the letters underneath, but I'm assuming it has to do something with the type of ammunition or materials, or maybe how to handle it. This next large structure only translates to 948. I'm assuming this must be the number of the factory or something related to that order. This abandoned tractor has some letters that are so complex to understand. First of all, it's written vertically, so you need to spin your head slightly to the left. And a lot of these letters are severely damaged, so I was not able to fully understand what this is, but this is as far as I think I got. This arrow was really confusing to try to decode. I think not only this is backwards, but it's also oriented, slightly rotated. I was able to get this, but I don't think this translates to anything at all, so please help me out if you know what is this. One of my favorite things to try to translate is the statue with the cyber and the automaton. This is obviously very symbolic for them. And the translation does not disappoint. It reads some things like, "You gave our hope, now is good luck." Mind you, the bottom part might be a little inaccurate, but this is according to Google Translate. Then again, Google Translate sometimes can mess up some words. This translation seems to imply that the automatons are grateful for the cyborgs giving them hope and building these statues in their honor. I find this quite fascinating because the implications of this implies that the automatons actually have some sense of honor or devotion, which implies that they're capable of feeling? What do you think, Helldiver? This last structure appears to say "kilning" or something of the sort, which translated from Swedish means cooling. And this makes absolutely perfect sense, given the fact that this is one of the structures you need to destroy before you can actually destroy the cyborgs that are in cryostasis. All in all, I think all of these little secrets are really nothing burger because you can just deduct what usually this machine is for, but there are certain things that are actually quite interesting. It truly is quite mysterious to the fact that the automatons need to read this language in order to know what does what, which implies that each one of them actually have an individualism or a form of processing that allows them to be an individual while they are a whole collective. Yes, another cog in the machinery. And anyways, I hope you find this video quite informative. I love doing these sort of things for the lore of the game. Let me know in the comments if this surprises you or did you already knew about all of these topics. Thank you so much for watching. ChonkyLotus out.